Get you out to Capitol Hill right now. As we came on, we told you there's breaking news with Hunter Biden, his attorney saying he will sit for a deposition. Alana Austin joins us now with the new details on this. Very busy week for the first son, Alana.
Good afternoon, Bianca. And of course, Hunter was just in California yesterday to face federal charges over there. And as his legal troubles were only growing, a source provided us with this 8-page letter. Abby Lowell, his attorney, sent it to Chairman James Comer and Chairman Jim Jordan, in which he is apparently reversing course and saying he will testify before the committee. Now, Lowell is making a detailed legal argument, though, that the previous subpoenas issued to his client were invalid because they were sent before the impeachment inquiry was formalized in the U.S. House of Representatives. GOP lawmakers had argued that they held that vote late last year because it would give them stronger legal footing to continue their investigations into President Joe Biden and his family's foreign business dealings. Here's an excerpt of the letter from Lowell. It says, quote, "Consequently, the November 8th and 9th, 2023 deposition subpoenas to Mr. Biden and the contempt resolutions approved by your committees on January 10th, 2024, based on those subpoenas were and are legally invalid. You have not explained why you are not interested in transparency and having the American people witness the full and complete testimony of Mr. Biden at a public hearing. If you issue a new proper subpoena now that there is a duly authorized impeachment inquiry, Mr. Biden will comply for a hearing or deposition. We will accept such a subpoena on Mr. Biden's behalf." This bombshell announcement comes right after those two House committees approved moving forward with the contempt of Congress resolution against Hunter. He's facing those charges at a federal level out of California and Delaware. A source familiar confirms House leaders plan to hold the vote next week, potentially on Wednesday, which, if passed, would forward a contempt of Congress referral to federal prosecutors out of Washington. And Bianca, we are standing by as well for reaction from Chairman James Comer, as well as also potentially Chairman Jim Jordan. We've been told that a statement is forthcoming from Comer. And of course, the timing is important here. Lastly, I'd like to note that impeachment inquiry vote happened nearly a month ago, but Mr. Lowell is only issuing this statement as it appeared that that House resolution for contempt of Congress was actually potentially going to take effect.
Definitely timing, strategy. A lot of this is playing out right now. Alana Austin, thank you. Great reporting out there on the Hill. We'll keep watch for the reaction you're getting today. Thank you. And let's get reaction right now. Joining us here on Newsline this Friday, former New York City mayor, former Trump attorney, America's Mayor Rudy Giuliani with us. He's also the host of America's Mayor Live on Newsmax's N2. It is must-see. Mayor, great to have you in today. Thanks for being with us.
Nice to be with you, Bianca.
All right, so it's pretty wild when you read these letters, and the letter James Comer just got today, where Abby Lowell is saying that he's accusing Congress of saying that they weren't serious about getting facts or truth. They simply wanted to stage some gotcha political theater. Mayor Giuliani, where are we at in this Hunter deposition back and forth? Abby Lowell is a great attorney, but you are as well. So what's the strategy they're trying to pull here with the first son?
I don't know, maximum circus effect, maybe. There was a theory by a Post writer that I spent some time on my show the other night, and I've thought this a few times, that maybe Hunter is trying to hurt his father. I mean, a lot of strange things have happened here. He lost his laptop 3 times. That's a lot of times to lose your laptop. Now, and on the hard drive, which I kind of am an expert on, there are 7 or 8 references to how he resents the way his father used him. One in which he actually makes a tremendous admission. He says to his daughter, "They've always treated me with great disrespect, even though I supplied all the expenses for the family and gave my father half of my income. They still treated me with disrespect." So there might be a part to Hunter that is trying to make things worse for his father, because these displays might, in some way, fit into a legal strategy for him, but they certainly hurt President Biden.
Well, it's definitely headaches for sure, and we can guarantee the White House will be asked about this today. I'd like to put that aside and talk about another case that's happening in Georgia as well. Fani Willis has come under some serious scrutiny. In fact, Georgia Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene is now filing a criminal misconduct complaint against her. It all kind of started to break earlier this week, but Fani Willis, Special Prosecutor Nathan Wade allegedly are in some type of relationship. One of the co-defendants in the RICO case, as you know, not only is claiming that he was paid more than $600,000, but now he's been at the White House before the indictment of former Trump. I mean, what needs to happen to Fani Willis here? Because this is not just ethical, but at the end of the day, her RICO case could be in jeopardy, Mayor.
Yeah, I mean, her personal relationship with him and even the ethical part is not as concerning as the fact this looks like a crime. I mean, they took taxpayer money to go on vacations. You can't get any more of a crime than that. And I guess I get a little annoyed that they were doing it while they were framing me and Donald Trump and Meadows. And basically, they framed all his attorneys. They indicted all his attorneys.
Well,
and meanwhile, they're discussing it on their little love trips paid for by the taxpayers. Kind of annoying. I mean, I knew that she was a dishonest district attorney from the way in which it was conducted. They also had a completely unnecessary grand jury that I think compounded the amount of money they were able to steal. That first grand jury, you might remember, Bianca, couldn't indict. I never heard of a grand jury that couldn't indict.
I do recall that.
You
yes.
didn't need the first grand jury. So in essence, if they did have a bilking scheme, they played it out twice, which is never the case. That first grand jury, completely unnecessary waste of the taxpayers' money, even if they hadn't stolen it.
Well, I know that these allegations are being looked at very closely, and there's a 1 p.m. hearing in Georgia with Judge McAfee, so we're going to follow this very closely. We have just about 30 seconds. Mayor Giuliani, it is freezing cold in Iowa. Donald Trump is there, going to be there. Obviously, there is the big Iowa caucuses. What is your take on how people will the weather impact it? What's your feeling?
I think the weather will, and I do think that will help Donald Trump because he has the most intense supporters. I mean, that's whether he wins or loses any particular election, his supporters are always the most intense. So if he's registering 50% or 40%, they're going to turn out. If somebody else is registering 30%, they may get 20 of that 30. So I mean, I don't like bad weather. I'd like to see the maximum turnout. But I think bad weather will help him, and I think he's pretty solid there, and I think he'll remain okay in New Hampshire. But I'm a little more worried about New Hampshire.
All right. Well, we'll have you back, obviously, to talk about that. We'll get through Iowa and the snow, and always a pleasure. America's Mayor Rudy Giuliani. Thank you so much.
Good job.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you.
Good to have you.